Welcome to Second Chance Transplant Living, where we talk honestly about life before and after transplant, the wins, the struggles, and everything in between. Quick disclaimer: everything shared here comes from my personal experience and is for informational and entertainment purposes only, not medical advice. Whether you're a transplant recipient, someone waiting for a transplant, or a caregiver supporting someone you love, you're welcome here. Share your story in the comments, connect with others, and let's build a supportive community together.
Hey, welcome back. Second Chance Transplant Living. My name is Steve, and I am a transplant survivor so far. I don't want that to change anytime soon. Um, but today we're going to talk about something that we all fear and something that we all watch, and our transplant team watches very carefully. And they usually do that with labs. And they also, any kind of changes in our body, that kind of thing, they're very aware of, and you need to make them aware of any kind of changes. So, what exactly is organ rejection? It is our bodies fighting against a foreign body. It is not organ failure. Organ failure is something completely different than the rejection. It's because rejection happens when our bodies fight against it, and that we don't have enough immunosuppressants in our body to keep our body from fighting against it. So there again, that's the number one treatment, is to make sure that we have enough immunosuppressants in our body. There's several different types of rejection. There is the hyperacute, which happens right immediately after transplant. That's very rare because we are given so many immunosuppressants and such a higher dose that it happens very rarely. And the next one is the acute, not cute, acute rejection. That's common within the first few months, and but it honestly, it can happen at any time. Um, so there again, be aware of your body. The next one is chronic rejection. Now, chronic rejection happens slowly over the course of years. So, it's not something that's instant. It's something that maybe we are on a lower dose of the immunosuppressants, and everything doesn't show at once, and then suddenly we're there. Um, so, what are our signs, our symptoms? Now, these are confusing because it's stuff that we have to deal with our medications. So, again, you have to be really aware to know the difference, because these symptoms are going to be way worse when you're in rejection than just the normal of what we deal with. And some of those, of course, fatigue. Yes, we're still tired after transplant, but not as tired as we were before, usually. I know some people that doesn't, really affect. They're still as tired, and that may be because, now that they also have acute kidney disease, AKD, and so that therefore they're still in that tired feel. Fever, our teams are very aggressive, telling us, anytime we get a fever, we're to contact them, go to the doctor. So anytime that you do that, you go get your labs done, make sure there's no changes there. Um, that is our best defense, when we have a fever, is to make sure that, if you do have a fever, get your labs done. Make sure there's nothing going on that is changing. Um, you shouldn't ignore these. I mean, honestly, we really shouldn't. Dark urine, you know, normally you're going and it's a lighter color. All of a sudden now you're to a brown. Contact your team immediately. Again, get checked out. Um, Swelling or fluid buildup in our abdomen. We've all dealt with, most of us anyway, have dealt with ascites before transplant. And, we just need to, if that is happening, there's something that's not right in our body. Again, transplant follow up, our team follow up. Um, are you getting yellow again, jaundiced again? Um, that is another sign. Um, and again, sudden changes in labs. That is one of the biggest things. All of a sudden, your labs are going up and changing. These are all signs that you do not ignore. Um, contact your transplant team, get to an emergency room, anything that you need to do. You're not overthinking it, you're just being precautious. But the good news is that, if we get the treatment early, things can be reversed. And, you just got to be hyper aware. But, don't live in fear. Get out there, live your life, get your second chance. Um, like we've all deserved. I mean, we have been through hell. I'm just going to put it out there. If you are well enough that, you can do daily routines, get out there and live your life. Stay on top of your labs, your medicines, communicate with your transplant team. Guys, I am not a medical professional by any means. I am just a survivor, and I hope to do that as long as I can. And I want you there with me. And that is why I started this channel. That is why I kind of, why I do, encourage anyone, if they're not on a or if they're not on a donor list, get on one. You don't want to wait till you're, you know, you don't want to put your family through um, the traditional, putting it on the license, all that kind of stuff. Fine, donate while you're alive. If you got good organs that can be donated, donate them. Um, I advocate for that. I am living proof that it works. I know that there are a lot of people out there that are scared that they're not going to get what they need in time. So, guys, if you're watching and you are not a donor, and you can be, I implore you. There is litigation in the House right now to actually for living donors to be reimbursed through not only through their insurance, but also through taxes, that kind of thing that is passing. So hopefully that changes, that can get you into um, maybe a mindset that, it's not all for the worst, that you can do this and you actually will, um, for being a hero, you can actually not be um, penalized, so to speak, financially. Um, Again, thank you for watching. If you're just starting to watch this channel, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching all the way through. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on another one.